Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, all. Sana, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay. So, what all topics did we learn? Meghna.
Food safety, toxicity, hazards, and three types of hazards. Then food poisoning. Before that, problems caused by foodborne illness.
Okay. Yeah, food poisoning. Let's discuss from here. Okay, the first foodborne disease, that is food poisoning or food infection, which means an injection or entry of a live microorganisms into our body, and it easily spread. It can easily spread in our body. The main example, that is salmonella. Salmonella. Okay. Try to by heart the spelling. Salmonella. Okay. So some microorganisms, they present in some kind of animals like pig and all, or some animals, these microorganisms are present. If we are not ready to cook these food in a proper way, they also enter into our body. Yeah, and they starts growing in our body. That cause health effects. Clear? That is food poisoning. They easily multiply in our body. They rapidly grow. The salmonella and all, they easily grow in our body. That is one way they spread, which means improper cooking or improper cooking. That is a one method. And next one, that is cross contamination. Cross contamination means usage of same thing for two purpose. Yeah, Reina, can you try the example for cross contamination? I think that is clear. Try. If you are using a same kind of board or cutting board, Reina, do you remember that? An example?
Example, I don't remember by now.
Huh? Can you try, Reina? No, right? I'll discuss. After this, we'll do the practical writings. Okay. Yeah. This is the first thing, right? Food infection or food poisoning. Can you read, Sana?
Infection or food poisoning results from the
Sana, I can't hear.
food in
Yes.
infection or food poisoning results from ingestion of live pathogenic organisms which multiply in the body and cause disease.
Wait, Sana.
Um,
Live pathogenic organisms. That is very important. Live pathogenic organisms. They multiply in our body and they cause disease. So, salmonella is a classic example. So, the example for food poisoning or food infection, that is salmonella. Right? Salmonella. Salmonella. Okay. So, this organism exists in the intestinal tract of animals. So, this salmonella, they usually exist in the intestine of animals. Yeah. And raw milk and eggs are also sources. The salmonella can also exist in raw milk and eggs. So heat destroys the salmonella. I already told you that. The proper cooking that destroy these viruses. Reina, please switch on the camera. So the inadequate cooking allows some organism to survive. Yeah. So inadequate cooking allows some organism to survive in that particular food, and it leads to problems like they cause diseases. So often the salmonella spread through cross contamination. Another way they spread, cross contamination. This could happen when a cook cut raw meat on a chopping board and without cleaning uses it for another food. which does not involve any cooking, such as salad. Which means if you are using same cutting board for chopping the infected meat, and we use this cutting board again for another food like salad and all. We all know salad not need of cooking, right? Yeah, that is cross contamination. Then food may become infected by salmonella if an infected food handler does not wash hands with soap after using bathroom and before touching food. That is another method or other way they spread, which means already if we consume an infected food or infected meat, so they starts to grow in our body. So that person is called as an infected person. So if this infected person if this infected handler does not wash hands with proper soap, which means proper washing is needed to avoid this or to prevent this spreading. So before touching food, that is another way. Then salmonella can reproduce very quickly. I already told you that this microorganisms or this organism spread very quickly. They reproduce very quickly in our body, and they double their number every 20 minutes. Look, every 20 minutes they multiply. So what is the symptoms of this salmonella? Symptoms of salmonella for an infected person. One is diarrhea, fever and abdominal cramps, abdominal pain. Please write the symptoms for salmonella, that is diarrhea, fever and abdominal cramps. Okay. So here the main reason is live pathogenic organism. Live, a living thing, right? So usually the salmonella exists in the intestine of animals. The improper cooking that leads to the entry of the salmonella into our body, and they easily multiply, they grow fast. Look here, they double their number every 20 minutes. They double their number in every 20 minutes. So these are the symptoms for an infected person: the diarrhea, fever, abdominal cramps. All these are the certain symptoms of an infected person. Clear, Reena? Can you summarize? Don't look.
From the whole thing.
No, food poisoning or food
Food
infection.
poisoning is mainly it's one of the most example is salmonella.
Good.
It's salmonella is viral disease.
Yes,
like
salmonella is a live pathogen
pathogen, and it's through
where
cross contamination.
it usually see in the intestine of animals. The salmonella usually exists in the intestine of the animals. Yeah. Then what are the way this spread?
Through cross contamination.
Methods of spreading. Cross contamination. Very good. Then it can
And
also spread from an infected person, right? Then
its symptoms
improper
are
cooking, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All these are the certain methods or certain ways they spread salmonella. So let's discuss another one, that is food intoxication. So what is the difference between this food poisoning and food intoxication? Okay, here in this food poisoning, the injection or the entry of live pathogenic organism happen. In this case, food intoxication, some bacteria produce harmful toxins which are present in food even if the pathogen has been killed. So by the proper cooking, already the pathogen is killed, but the toxins are already present in that food. That leads to food intoxication. Is that clear? So some bacteria produce harmful toxins. We already discussed what is toxin, right? A kind of, or it's an ability of a particular substance to cause a harm or to cause an injury. That is toxins. Clear? Yeah. So here we already destroyed the pathogen, the disease causing organism. We already destroyed that. But the toxins is also present. They also exist with our food, even after the food or the pathogen has been killed. Okay, so the organism produce toxin when the food has not been hot enough or cold enough. Okay, so the toxins in food cannot be detected. We can't detect these toxins or the capacity of that substance by its smell, appearance or taste. Okay, toxins in food cannot be detected by smell, appearance or taste. So hence food which smell and appear good are not necessarily safe. We can't consider all the good foods or good tasty foods under this safe food category. Okay. So one example of such organism is Staphylococcus aureus. Write the spelling. Staphylococcus. Staphylococcus aureus. Aureus. This is an example for food intoxication. Salmonella is an example for food poisoning. Here, Staphylococcus aureus. What's it, Sana? Can you read? Try.
Staphylococcus aureus.
Staphylococcus aureus. Staphylococcus aureus. Reina, try to learn the spelling. Okay, it's very important. Feel sleepy, Reina? Or not feeling well? No problem. Okay. So such organism exist in air. These kind of Staphylococcus aureus, they exist in air, dust and water. They are also present in the nasal passage, throat or the skin, hair of 50% of healthy individuals. Not the unhealthy individual. These kind of things also exist in the air, in the nasal passage, throat and skin of the healthy individuals. And people who carry this organism, so that is an infected person. For example, if I am an infected person, I can contaminate food if they touch these places on body while food handling. So if they handle a food, they need to assure the quality or they need to assure the safety if they are a infected person. Okay, that is food intoxication. We can't detect this food intoxication microorganism by its smell, taste or its appearance. Okay, so we can't consider all tasty foods under the good food category or a nutritious food category. Clear? So next one, parasite. What is a parasite? Reina? Parasite. Some organisms, they live in other organisms, right? That is called as parasite. Parasitic organism, which means, right, parasites is an organism that lives in or on another organism. They can easily live on another organism. These are the organism. They can easily live on other organism, parasites. So they can also cause infestation. What is this word meaning? Let me know that. Infestation. What is that? Sorry for the delay. Yeah. I need interesting answers, okay? Shoot. Reina. I'll give you a chance. Infestation. Yagna. Anyone?
A large number of insects or animals,
Reina?
like large number of insects which cause
Large number of, I can't hear you, sorry.
large number of insects or animals
Infestation.
which cause some damage or disease, like
Meghna, I'll come to you. Meghna, infestation.
Large number of insects or bacteria.
Infestation. Sana? Food infestation or parasite infestation. Do you mean by that? Just refer in Google.
Widespread.
Widespread. That's right. Pagarcha Vyadi. That is this infestation. Clear? That's it. It's not related with insects and all. Infestation. Okay? Infestation, which means Pagarcha Vyadi. A wide spread of diseases. So this is the picture that shows how the salmonella get infected in a human body. A pig, chicken, cow, a raw milk and all, they have these kind of salmonella, and this is a picture of salmonella bacteria. They directly enter into human body, that leads to some symptoms, that leads to some complications. Which are they, Sana? Complications of salmonella or a food poisoning. Don't look. I can't hear. Fever, right?
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea, okay. Then? What you experience if you had a food poisoning?
Then cramps.
Cramps, abdominal cramps, right? Yeah, fine. So these are the certain ways how we can prevent food poisoning. A common topic, right? Proper cleaning, use of safe water, safe raw ingredients, keep food at proper temperature, keeping food at good storage is used. And good cooking, thorough cooking. All these are the certain methods we usually use to avoid food poisoning. A common topic, right? Proper cleaning, proper sanitization, usage of safe water, usage of raw ingredients or good ingredients, quality ingredients, proper storage, and a good temperature and all. We can easily prevent the food poisoning. And try to avoid outside food. That is a better thing. But actually I also love this kind of junk foods and all. I also used to eat these foods. Look, this says food intoxication. Some bacteria produce harmful toxins. This is a picture of Meghna, can you read this? Not the slide, the example for this food intoxication. What is this one? I need the pronunciation for this.
Staphylococcus aureus.
Reina, can you try?
Staphylococcus.
Staphylococcus aureus. Okay, so some bacteria that produce harmful toxins which are present in food even if the pathogen has been killed. So after the pathogen is killed, then only these toxins or these organisms present in that food that leads to food intoxication. Okay, so this organism produces toxin when the food has not enough hot enough or cold enough. Okay, look, what is this? Any idea? What is this picture? This is a parasite infestation. So what is this? Any idea?
Tape.
It looked like? Good, Reina. I think it's right.
Tapeworm.
I can't hear, dear.
Tapeworm.
Very good. Tapeworm. That is the right thing. You can see a segments here, flat segmented thing, right? It's the best example for this parasite infestation. They can easily live in the intestine of a human body. Tapeworms. So eating uncooked meat from infested animals or infected animals leads to this tapeworm infection in people. Okay, uncooked food or the improper cooking that leads to these kind of infestations in our body. So what are the common signs of food poisoning? Abdominal pain, diarrhea, fever, nausea, and one more thing. I'm not sure about the last term. Anyone know what is this malaise?
Malaise, like kind of sweating. You will get.
Yeah, it's a general feeling of discomfort. Just a kind of discomfort or illness due to some kind of disease, we feel a exhausted feeling, right? A feeling of difficulty, a feeling of discomfort to your body. That is malaise. Okay, so these are the 5 symptoms of food poisoning: abdominal pain, diarrhea, fever, nausea, vomiting, a feeling of tiredness, and a discomfort. Clear? Yeah, this is another 2 concepts under the food safety part. Last year we discussed this. Let me check. Contamination and adulteration. 2 concepts. What is adulteration? Don't read from the slide. Yeah, adulteration. Last year we discussed. Sana, it's your turn. Give me a variety answer. Any idea? I'll give a clue. Sometimes we add particular thing to a food product, or sometimes we reduce some kind of quantity from that food. What is that? Adulteration.
Like adding water to milk.
Very good. Adding water to milk, stone to rice to increase the weight. That is adulteration, mayam. Yeah, adulteration parts. So it is a intentionally or accidental addition. It can be intentionally added or it can be accidentally addition of impure or cheap or unnecessary ingredients. The stone is unnecessary in rice, right? We just add the stone to improve the weight. Yeah? It reduces the quality of that food. Yeah? Then to cheapen and falsify a preparation that will alter the properties and composition and also diminish the quality of that food. That is food adulteration. The common one, the brick powder for this chili powder, papaya seeds for pepper powder. These all are the part of adulteration. Water added to milk, that is again a part of adulteration. Stone to rice, some kind of white powder to rice powder. All these are the adulteration. So what is this contamination? All these physical, we learned about foreign substances in food, right? That is a part of contamination. Microorganism contaminations. Food can be contaminated by this microorganism due to chemicals. All these comes under the contamination part because it goes or it leads some kind of changes to that food. Okay, that is food contamination. It is the presence of harmful or objectionable foreign substances. Foreign substances means of physical substances other than or something that is not usually found in food, such as chemicals, microorganisms, dilutants before, during or after processing or storage, at any stage of processing or any stage of preparation. Yeah, that's all about food safety. From next class, we'll discuss food quality, another term, right? Our chapter name is food safety and food quality, right? Food safety we already finished. All these hazards, toxicity, the methods to method to ensure safe food, then different hazards, physical hazards, chemical hazards, microorganisms problems. Then we learned about 2 foodborne illnesses: food poisoning, food intoxication, contamination, adulteration. All these comes under the food safety part. Yeah, next class we will discuss food quality. Okay, so any doubts?
Can you repeat the feeling of pains, that part now?
Meghna?
Like that part of feeling of tiredness, malaise and all. 5 symptoms.
Yes. Yeah, this tapeworm infection or infestation, that comes under the parasite infestation. This tapeworm is a flat and a segmented worm that usually enter into our body with this improper cooking or improper cooking. Due to this improper cooking, this organism that come to our body and they live in our body. That kind of organism we call as a parasite. If you want, I'll give the definition for that. Parasite is an organism that lives in or not another organism. Parasites. Okay, this is a picture of tapeworm. So tapeworm is an example for parasite infestation. Clear? A spread of diseases. Then these are the 5 common symptoms of food poisoning. Common symptoms. After a person is infected with these kind of microorganisms like tapeworm, like salmonella, staphylococcus aureus and all, one can experience this abdominal pain or abdominal cramps, diarrhea, fever, nausea, malaise. Malaise just means it's a feeling of discomfort. Yeah, that is it. A feeling of discomfort. Because we already eat a kind of food that is not good for our health, right? So we feel a kind of discomfort. We usually feel to use washroom and all, right? That's a feeling of discomfort. Or also health issues are also there. That also comes under the feeling of discomfort part. Clear? So anyone can summarize food poisoning and food intoxication other than Meghna? I know she is already learnt. I'm not calling your name. If you are not ready, then I'll ask to Meghna. I'm waiting. Or you just read. I'll give a few minutes. Raina and Sana, you just read.
From where to
What is food intoxication and what is food poisoning? That's it. With an example.
food poisoning is injection of live pathogenic organisms which they multiply in our body, which can cause disease. Example, salmonella.
Yeah, fine, Raina. Good work. Sana, food intoxication.
In food intoxication, some bacteria produce toxins in the food.
Bacteria that produce toxin, then?
And they are present in the food. Food intoxication.
Even after the pathogen is killed, the toxin is present in a food. Yeah, clear? Yeah. Staphylococcus aureus. Staphylococcus aureus. Clear? Yeah. So salmonella, that is an example for food infection. Staphylococcus, that comes under the example of food
Intoxication.
Okay. So tapeworm, that is an example for parasite infestation. Yeah? Clear. So Meghna, can you define what is adulteration?
Adulteration.
Adulteration.
That is adding intentionally or unintentionally that we don't need the objects or things that food.
Okay. So food contaminant, something that should not be in a food and make it unfit for human consumption or for human use. Food contaminant or food contamination. Food contaminant that causes food contamination. All these biological contaminant like virus, bacteria, parasite, insects, all other organisms. Physical contaminant means a foreign substances that is not usually found in food. Chemical, like pesticides and all. Okay. Then adulteration. If you want, this is a simple definition. If you want, you write. Reducing the purity of an article or purity of a food by the addition of a foreign or inferior substance. Not only this addition, okay, we can easily remove. Removal is also comes under this adulteration, because the quality of that, for an example, if you are removing a particular nutrient from a food, the quality or the particular characters change, right? That also comes under the adulteration part. Not only the adding but also removal of the basic ingredient or the basic nutrient in that food also comes under the adulteration. 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 So Sana, can you read the last sentence?
As of intentionally reducing the quality of food offered for sale either by admixture or substitution of inferior substances or by the removal of some valuable ingredient.
Sometimes we substitute a particular raw material with another thing. That is this papaya seeds, use of papaya seeds for black pepper. Both look almost same, right? If you powder this black pepper seeds, black pepper seeds and the papaya seeds, both look same, right? So we add that. This is a practical section. You have this practical for this. Food adulteration, checking the food adulteration from milk, from different kind of foods and all, by using certain chemicals like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acids and all. A proper practical. Yeah. So let's discuss the practical session, okay? Till were we right? Yeah. Yes.
Ma'am, I wrote in a record page.
Good.
So where I write in another one, like a notes.
No, this is just a rough record. School is planning to give you a record. Okay? This is only for me. So it is better to write in notes, or if you have record sheet, you can write. No problem. Okay? So what is our first practical, Meghna?
Prepare a meal for no old person.
Not meal,
Diet.
diet. Yeah, that is different. Diet means some kind of foods. Yeah. So first, you need to assess or need to interview an adult and read. What is our first practical? Read, Sana.
Aim, procedure, and dietary intake of an adult.
Sana?
And dietary intake of an adult.
Yeah. Okay.
Only that much we discussed.
Fine. So write the procedure. Interviewing and recording. Interviewing and recording of 1 day's diet for an adult. Procedure in caps, okay? That is the first method. Interviewing and recording of 1 day's diet for an adult. Okay? That is the first step. Second one, assessing the diet to determine whether it is nutritionally balanced. Assessing the diet to determine whether it is nutritionally balanced. Third step, modify the diet. Modify the diet. Modify the diet to suit the need of an elderly person. Modify the diet to suit the need of an elderly person who needs a soft diet. Who needs a soft diet. We already discussed 3 categories, right? Artificial teeth, that is for Reina, and no teeth for Meghna, and molar teeth for Sana. So you have to plan the diet according to this criteria. Okay. So modify the diet to suit the needs of an elderly person who needs a soft diet. Fourth point, or fourth step, assessing the modified diet. Assessing the modified diet. Assessing the modified diet. Assessing the modified diet to determine whether it is nutritionally balanced. To determine whether it is nutritionally balanced. Assessing the modified diet to determine whether it is nutritionally balanced. Fifth one, that is our last step, interacting with an elderly person. Interacting with an elderly person. Interacting with an elderly person to determine whether the modified diet is acceptable. Interacting with an elderly person to determine whether the modified diet is acceptable. Yeah, that comes under the procedure part. So what is the first step? Interview an adult. Yeah? I already give you a table, right? Sana, can you read the, sorry Sana, Sana, can you read the headings?
Time,
Yeah, time of the day.
meal,
Meal means?
uh,
Yeah, read the heading. Read the heading, Sana.
time, meal, then menu,
Hmm.
then ingredients,
Yeah.
amount consumed,
Hmm.
remark.
Remark. Okay. So this is a format for interviewing. Okay. You can select your own mother or your own father. There is no problem. Okay. So just write. What is the time? Yeah, you just write one row here according to your diet. Starting from the bed tea. Yeah. So meal means meal. Raina, what comes under this meal? Is it a bed tea, breakfast, lunch, dinner? Yeah? If it is a breakfast, just write that. 8:30 a.m. breakfast. So what is the menu item? Meghna, what is the menu? Menu means?
Breakfast.
No.
I'm sorry.
Meal is breakfast. Meal means, if you want, just write meal. Under this meal, breakfast, lunch, bed tea, and all that comes. Okay? Yeah. Here, menu item. If it is a black tea or a milk tea, yeah, that comes under the menu item. That's the name. Then ingredients. What about the ingredients? If it is in the case of bed tea, milk and
Tea leaves.
tea leaves. Okay. Anything else? Are you a diabetic patient? You need sugar, right? Yeah. So write all the ingredients. Then amount. What about amount? I don't need this kind of 100 gram and like that. Just write in like 1 mug 1 mug of tea, 1 plate, 1 cup, like that. Okay. So remark. Remark means you can write a 1 tablespoon of sugar is added. That is the remark here. Yeah, 1 tablespoon of sugar is added. That is the remark. Clear? Any doubts, Anna, Meghna, Reina?
No.
Yeah. So this is the first step. Interview an adult in this format with time, meal, ingredients and all. Yeah. Then what is the next step? Meghna, second step.
Assessing the diet to determine whether it is more nutritionally balanced.
Yeah, how you identify the diet is, how you are planning to identify. Check the fruits, vegetables and all. Yeah. Vitamin C content. Check this protein. If there is no protein, just add a dal. Yeah, like that. Clear? Include fruits, vegetables, milk. Include that. We already learned about a food pyramid, right? So on the basis of that, please plan. Yeah, Sana, third step. What is our third step?
Modify the diet to suit the need of an elderly person who needs a soft diet.
So again table. You are going to modify that diet with the same heading. Okay? With the same heading, you are going to modify. Sana, in your case, it's a person with no molar teeth. So what all foods you avoid? Difficult to chew. Some kind of foods that leads a difficulty in chewing, right? Chicken and all. It is very difficult. Chapati. So avoid all these kind of things. What about no teeth, Meghna? No teeth for you.
Very soft food like
Very
soup
soft
and all.
food. A soup, mashed potatoes or pureed things, squashes, like that. Yeah, everything in a mashed format. Then Reina, artificial teeth. That is much more. Yeah. Don't give too much of fried foods and all. Yeah, consider all that points. Yeah, then yeah, for the first table, give this heading: diet intake of an adult. Diet intake of an adult for the first table. Second table, modify diet for elderly. So modify diet for an elderly person with no teeth, or modify diet of an elderly person with no molar teeth. Modify diet for elderly with dentures, which means artificial teeth. DENTURES for Reina. Okay, clear? Any other step, Meghna? Acceptability, we need to check that, right? That's our fifth step. So after this, write conclusion. Capital, all in capital. Conclusion, you are ending, almost there. Conclusion, all in caps. So what you are planning to write in conclusion? Just check what is the difference between this recommended diet as well as a normal diet, how you modified these things. You can include all these things. Usually the difference between recommended and consumed, what you observed in an adult food or an adult diet, you can write that, which means there is no fruits and vegetables, there is no adequate amount of fruits, so I include this fruit in a modification step, like that, include, okay? Or according to this food pyramid, I understand that, I observe that there is no, yeah, what you are planning to write in conclusion, Sana? Any one point, just to understand, yeah. Conclusion of this practical. What you observe from a normal diet, Yeah?
We have to avoid
All those things. Yeah, good. Reina, what you're planning to conclusion? You can write anything that comes to your mind, huh? While doing this kind of practical. Okay, so submit this practical by next Monday. Is that okay? 12th, right, Meghna?
Next is 14, right?
14. I'm not sure about the dates.
No, it's 12.
Okay.